Hello friends, welcome to CS Tube. In the last video, we have discussed about pushdown automata conversion to a context-free grammar. In this video, we are going to solve an example using the steps which we have discussed in our last video for the conversion of a pushdown automata to a context-free grammar. While discussing the steps in the last video, we found that step number 2 and step number 3 were little bit confusing, and I have told you that it will be clear while solving the example. Now today let's briefly explain the steps again. So there are 3 steps using which we can convert a pushdown automata to a context-free grammar. According to first step, for every state Q that belongs to the set of state capital Q, we need to add a production of the form S tends to Q naught delta dollar Q. So dollar was the bottom of the stack and Q naught is our initial state. That means for every state Q, suppose there are two states Q naught and Q1, then we need to add two productions where Q naught and dollar remain same for two of the productions, and Q will be replaced once by Q naught and in the second it will be replaced by Q1. So we will have two productions of the form S tends to Q naught dollar Q naught, then S tends to Q naught dollar Q1. Now one thing which I have already told you in the last video, that within the square brackets whatever is written is taken as a single non-terminal. That means it is a single non-terminal which is present over here. So what we can do in order to remove the confusion, or in order to make it more clear, you can also replace this thing by a single non-terminal, means you can replace this whole value by x, y, z in capital. So it's up to you. However, we are going to solve this example in this particular form only. Now, according to the second step, if Q, R belong to the set of states Q and A is an input symbol and X is the symbol in our stack, and there is a transition of this particular format where Q, A, X, that means the state Q is changed to state R, that means we are moving from state Q to state R while reading us input symbol A, and on the top of the stack there was a symbol X. So X is going to be replaced by epsilon. That means we are talking about the pop operations. So for each and every pop operation, we are going to add a production of this particular format in our context-free grammar. So according to this production, the Q is copied as it is over here, then X is copied as it is over here, and R is copied over here. The input symbol A has to be put on the right hand side of our production. So the same color means the same symbol is copied as it is. So Q will be in the starting, then the top of the stack, that is X, is in the middle, and then the next state R is put over here. Then on the right hand side we will be having the input symbol A. So this is the production rule which is obtained for all the pop operations in our PDA. Now according to the third rule, suppose there are two states Q and R that belongs to the set of state Q, and there is an input symbol A, and there is a symbol in the stack that is X. And if a transition of this particular format is present in our pushdown automata, then we are going to replace it by this particular production in the production rules of the context-free grammar. So let's see what is going over here. So over here we are at state Q and reading a symbol A. On the top of the stack there is a symbol X. Now from the state Q we are moving to a new state R, and in the stack the symbol X is replaced by X0, X1, X2, so on till Xk. That means it is a push operation. So the step 2 was for the pop operation and step 3 is for the push operations of the push down automata. Now for every state Q0, Q1, Q2 so on till Qk that belongs to the set of state Q, we need to add a production of this particular format. That means for all the states that are present in our push down automata, we are going to add one production. That means there will be multiple productions for a single transition of a push down automata. Now the same color represents the same symbol. So the starting state, that is Q, is copied as it is over here. Then the top of the stack, that is X, is copied over here. Then the symbol A, that is our input symbol, is kept on the right hand side of our production rule. Then the state on which we have moved from state Q to state R, the new state will be over here. Now one thing, for the state which is present in our transition, that is Qk, we must keep in mind that in the production rule, it has to be the last element. That means the Qk over here has to be same over here also. Now one more thing has to be noted is that for each and every production, the state which is over here as the ending state Q0 has to be the starting state for the next rule, that is Q0 over here. So that means this, the ending of the first, and this, the starting of the second, has to be same. Now we have to add the production for each and every symbol in the stack. So suppose there are symbols x0 to xk. So we have to add for every symbol x0, x1, x2, so on till xk. Now let us solve an example to get a clear idea. Now suppose we are given a question that we need to construct a context-free grammar for the push-down automata which is provided over here. So over here we are having two states. First is our Q0 and the second is our Q1. So if you see the transitions carefully, you will find there are only two states, Q0 and Q1. Let us solve the example step by step. According to first step, for every state Q, add a production, start state tends to Q0 dollar as it is, and then you have to add the Q. So for the rule 1, S is in the starting, and since there are two states, so we are going to take Q0 and Q1 over here. Now the first two symbols will remain same, Q0 dollar, Q0 dollar, because according to rule number 1, we have Q0 dollar as it is, and then Q has to be replaced by all the states in our set of states. So we have two states in our set of state, Q0 and Q1. So these two are replaced by Q0 and Q1, and the starting remains same, Q0 dollar, Q0 dollar. So by rule number 1, we have two productions of our context-free grammar. Now let's check the productions by rule number 2. So according to rule number 2, if there is a transition of this particular format, then we need to add a new production in this format. Now, how can we identify whether this transition is present in the PD or not? So we can identify it easily by the presence of epsilon on the rightmost side of the right side of our production. Now, if we check, so there are three productions which is having a epsilon on the rightmost side of the right side of a production. So if we check the right side of the production, the rightmost element is epsilon. So it is satisfying the condition. Now according to this condition, there are three transitions. Now let's solve this. So according to the first transition, let's talk about Q1 AA, Q1 epsilon. Now according to this, Q has to be written as it is Q. That means Q1 will remain Q1. Then you have to copy X over here. Then that means X means A. So we have to have Q1 A, and then A on the right hand side and R over here. That means Q1 will be on the left hand side and A will be on the right hand side. Now let's check Q1, A, Q1 tends to A. So if we check this particular production, now from here Q1 is copied as it is. Then the symbol A that is on the top of the stack is copied as it is. And then the state R, Q1. So Q1 is copied over here and then the input symbol A is on the right hand side of the production. Now for the second transition rule, Q1 is copied as it is. Then the symbol in the stack, that is B, is put over here, and then the new state on which we are moving in our push down automata is copied over here, and then the input symbol B is copied over here in the right hand side of our production. Now for the last transition rule, we check that Q1 is copied as it is. Then the top of the stack, that is our dollar, is copied over here. Then the new state on which the PDA is moving is Q1 is copied over here, and then the input symbol is epsilon, that is copied on the right hand side of the production rule. So the three production rules corresponding to these three pop operations are over here. So we can say that these are our pop operation. So let's write over here so that it becomes little clear. So these are the rules corresponding to our pop operation. Now let's check what has to be done with the push operations. So now for the push operation, we are going to have this type of a production, this type of a transition in our PDA, and we have to write this kind of a production in our grammar. So this has to be kept in mind clearly so that there is no confusion. Let me delete these two, or let me copy it over the end of this page so that you can see the rule number 3 and there is no confusion over here. So I'm going to copy the data or the production rules that are obtained by the rule number 1 and rule number 2 at the bottom of the page so that you can see it clearly. Now we will check the transitions. So suppose there is a transition of the form Q is taken to be the state, and we are providing an input symbol A, and on the top of the stack there is a symbol X. So we will move from state Q to state R, and in the top of the stack there will be symbols X0, X1, X2, so on till Xk. That means these symbols are pushed into our stack. So for every state present in our set of state, that is capital Q, we need to add this type of a production. Now let's take the first transition. So according to first transition, let's check whether this is according to our rule or not. So according to the rule, there is a state Q, that in our case it is Q0. Then there is an input symbol A, so A is, in our case also it is A. Then on the top of the stack, the symbol is X. So in our case, it is dollar. So in the top of the stack, we have a symbol dollar. Now the next state is R. In our case, the state remains same, that is Q0. So it means there will be some self loop in our push down automata. Now there in the top of the stack, the symbols will be X0, X1, so on till Xk. So we have two symbols in the stack. The two symbols are A and dollar. So we can assume A as X0 and dollar as X1. Now suppose this transition is satisfied. So yes, the transition is satisfied. Now we need to add this type of a production in our grammar. So according to the rule, it says that Q has to be copied as it is. So the Q0 in our case has to be copied as it is. Then the X has to be copied. So in our case it is dollar. We are copying dollar. Then the next state Qk K is taken. Now, what is this QK? So you need to keep it in mind. QK is nothing else, but we are talking about each and every state in our set of states. So if we check the production rules, so if we check the transitions of our push down automata, we find that in these transitions there are two states. One is Q0 and another is Q1. So we are going to have this production for both Q not also and for Q1 also. That means QK can have two values. Either it can be Q0 or it can be Q1. So first of all, we are taking it as Q0. So we have put the value of QK as Q0. Now on the right hand side, the input symbol A is copied. So in our case, the input symbol is A. So we have copied A as it is. Now over here, the state that is present on the right hand side of the transition has to be copied. So in the right hand side of the transition, the state is Q0. So we have copied Q0. Now we need to provide as many symbols as are present in the stack. So if we check our stack, we find that x0, x1, so on till xk, we have only two values of x0 and x1, that is A and dollar. So we need to write A over here and dollar over here. So we will be having two productions in which there is Q0 and Q0 common, then A over here and dollar over here. Now next thing is QK has to be QK over here. So that means the symbol which is present over here has to be the last symbol of the production. So even in our case, it is Q0. So the last symbol of the production will be Q0. Now, as you can see, it is similar to the production rule provided according to the step number 3. Now, one thing has to be noted. This Q0 has to be same as Q0. Now the two possible combination which we are going to have is either we can have a Q0 or we can have Q1, because there are only two states in our push down automata. So first of all, we are taking Q0. In the second step, we will take it as Q1. So this is the first production in which we have considered the state Q0 over here and Q0 over here, and in the second one we have considered the state Q1 over here and the state Q1 over here. So rest of the thing is same as the above one. The only difference is in the first one we have considered Q0, and in the second case we have considered Q1 and Q1, because we have written the ending of the first is the starting of the second. So over here, the ending of the first is the starting of the second. Now, two more productions has to be added. So these productions are for this QK, because QK can have two values. Till now, we have provided only one value, that is Q0. Now we are going to produce the rules for Q1. So for this, we are going to change only two values. The values over here, the right hand side will be copied as it is, and on the left hand side we are going to change only Q1 and Q1. So from here it is very easy. Whenever you are having any kind of production, what you are going to check? You are going to check two things. First is how many states are there, and second, how many symbols in the stack are there. Suppose there are two states, that means you are going to have minimum two productions. Minimum two productions with Q0 over here and Q1 over here on the left hand side. And due to the state, that is, it can have on the right hand side. So you can have Q0 on the right hand side and Q1 on the right hand side. That means for Q0 you have two cases, Q0 and Q1. Then again for Q1 you have two cases, Q0 and Q1 again. So from here we are clear that at least four cases are possible if we have two symbols in our stack. So for every symbol, if we are having two symbols in our stack and there are two states, then the minimum possible production rules are 4. Now similarly, just like this, we are going to perform the transitions which are provided over here for the push down automata. So for the next transition, if we see, so let's put over here a enter so that you are not confused. So these 4 productions are done. Now we are talking about the second transition that is provided over here as Q0 AA, then Q0 AA. Now as you can see, there are 2 symbols in our stack. That means there are 4 possible combinations. So these are the 4 possible combinations. Now, in the beginning, you are having the state Q0. So the Q0 state is in the beginning of each and every transition. Now, Q0 is the R, value of R. So Q0 has to be over here also because R is over here. So on the right hand side also, you are having Q0. Now, if we talk about the input symbol is A. So on the right hand side of the production, each and every symbol will be A. So this much you have done. Now, next is on the top of the stack, you are having a symbol A. So over here, all the A's will be there. Now, we have to take for different states. So for example, suppose we are at a state Q0 and for state Q0 as the last state. So this Q0 is same over here, and since we have 2 states Q0 and Q1, so first of all we have taken Q0 and Q0 over here, then we have taken Q1 and Q1 over here. Now again, these 2 rules will be, the right hand side of these 2 rules will be copied as it is, because we are going to take it for Q1, and Q1 will be changed because now the ending of the production will be by Q1, because this and this has to be same. Now next if we talk about is our Q0 comma A comma B tends to Q0 comma AB. So if we check for this, there are again 4 production rules that are possible. So these are the 4 production rules following the same concept or the same rule which we have provided in the step number 3. We are going to have the 4 production rules for this particular transition. Now, according to this transition, Q0 is copied in the starting of every production rule. Then the symbol B is copied as it is over here. Then Q0 is copied on the right hand side of the production rule over here. Then the input symbol A is copied over here as it is. And then we are going to write it for different values. So in the stack, we have 2 values A and B. So A over here and B over here. Now we can have the values for Q0 if we are talking about Q0. So ending will be Q0. In the middle, if this is Q0, then this also Q0. Then in the second case, if this is Q1, so this is also Q1 because we have 2 states Q0 and Q1. So we have to put for both. Now, next, suppose we are having Q1 over here. So we are going to copy Q1 over here. And if Q0 is here, then Q0 will be copied over here. Similarly, Q1 over here, then the ending will also be by Q1. And since Q1 is taken over here, so Q1 will be copied over here. Now, for the next transition. So we have 3 more transitions, but in these 3 transitions, as we can see, there is a single symbol in our stack, that is dollar. That is here, over here is A and over here it is B. So this type of a production is nothing else, but we are only changing the state. We are not providing any data to our stack. We are just changing the state. Now from state Q0 to Q1, and the symbol on the stack remains same, that is dollar. So for this particular transition, we are going to have Q0 is copied as it is. Suppose let's remove the enters over here so that you can see the whole screen. Now for this particular transition, you will obtain this production rule. So over here Q0 is there, so you have copied it as it is. Now dollar, that is the top of the stack, is copied over here. Then you are having Q1 over here. Now the input symbol C is copied over here, and then Q1 is taken over here, and then the dollar, because we are having only dollar over here, so dollar is copied over here, and then because we have taken Q1 over here, so we have taken Q1 over here also. Now similarly for other two also we will provide the rule. So in this way, you can follow the steps provided over here to solve the questions on conversion of a push-down automata to a context-free grammar. Just one thing is there, you need to learn the 3 steps, and in case you forget or you mismatch the values, then your production rules will become wrong. So you need to remember the rules as well as the order in which they are formed. So suppose this Q is same as the Q over here, so you cannot replace it by anything else. Then you will be having the correct solution. So these are the simple steps which has to be followed. Let's briefly discuss the step number 3 once again. Suppose there is a push operation of this particular format. You are going to add a production rule of this particular format where the same color represents the same value. So for the same color, you can see the same value has to be put. And the value of the symbols in the stack has to be provided over here, and the state which is the ending of the first has to be the starting of the second, and so on. So that's all about this particular video. So this is little bit confusing, but I know you can do it. Practice more to learn more. Thank you for watching our video. For further queries, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more videos and do like and subscribe our channel CS Tute. Thank you.